It is the initial part of ours, and may be possible that a few candidates may not perform very good up to their expectation. So that never give up. So today we are assembled for whether military training should be compulsory, made compulsory for civilians in India or not. I hope you are aware of this caption.
Yes, sir.
Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. So what I expect that one by one you people are going to start your content for 30 seconds only, just to boost up your content. And after that you are going to start your group discussion. So let's start with this side.
Good morning.
Keep on sitting and just speak up.
As our topic is
Do not speak to me, speak to your group members only.
as we know that our topic is whether military training should be compulsory for India or not. In my perspective, as we live in India,
While speaking, the expectation is look at the eyes of your friends only. Do not look anywhere else.
as we are living in India is a democratic country. Every citizen have right to choose their profession. So giving a compulsory to every citizen to join in military, it's not a good point of
Okay then,
from my
next.
side.
Only 30 seconds.
Whether military training should be compulsory for all citizens or not. In my point of view, military training should not be compulsory. It should be voluntary, because imposing something on someone will be against morality. So
It is not good. Complete your sentence. Yes.
it is against morality, and it is against the spirit of democracy also.
Okay.
Right, sir. As we all know that India is a democratic country, so we should not we should not impose that military training should be compulsory to all, because we have the right to choose our own professions. Thank you.
As a friend said that India is a democratic.
Okay. While sitting in the discussion, do not change your position. Sit properly as you were given earlier. Only you can move your head. Clear? Yes.
As a friend said that India is a very country with a large populations, but it's against the morality of people to impose this situation on people. But in my belief that military training is good for the people. But as NCC is the second force after military to be acted in any emergency of the country. So military training should be given compulsion for the NCC. Afterwards, it should be imposed on the civilians.
Hello friends, as the topic given, military training is should compulsory.
Look at your friends. Who are sitting.
As the topic given, military training is compulsory or not. There are two phases, positive and negative phases. The positive phases, it instills the patriotism. If we are saying the positive phases, there are too many equality. There are different classes of member trained in the same manners. If we are coming to the negative points, then India is a democratic country. We are not forced any of the youth to do that type of.
Okay then, next. 30 seconds only.
Hello everyone. As we all know that our today's topic is should military training be made compulsory or not. As we all know that a country without its soldier is like a god without its angels. So Seva Parmo Dharm, or service before self, should be made the main motive for the citizens of the country. And for a democratic country such as India, making compulsory some certain military assets is not at all an easy task, because with such a vast population, the expenses for the military will not be so much supportable. So according to me, as a coin has two faces, the military training has its pros as well as concerns in India as well.
Okay.
Good afternoon everyone present out here. India has the largest population of youth of the world, and to develop India, it depends upon how we train the youth of our country. India has the third largest military forces of the world, and in spite of this, I think military training should be compulsory in India, as it will develop sense of patriotism and self before service in each and every citizen of India. There will be availability of alternative forces in case of any wars and emergencies. Thank you.
My dear friends, a very pleasant afternoon to all of you. Our Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy are well capable and efficient to handle any adverse situation whenever faced by our country. But I still believe that the military training should be compulsory to the citizens, because let's not forget that India ranks first when it comes to the maximum population of youngsters. And to mold the youngsters in the correct form, military training will play a great role, because military training doesn't only teaches us how to handle weapons, but it also teaches us various lessons of life. And moreover, in a country where there is so much diversity, Even military training is well known for its national integration, which will work to unite the people of the country in one shell. Thank you.
A very healthy afternoon to all of you present over here. Presently, we are here for the good discussion on the caption military training should be made compulsory to all the citizens of India. Friends, what I think that as we are living in the democratic country and our constitutions has the conscriptions articles, that is Article 23, said about that whenever the state has the emergency, they can impose the military training over the citizens. So it acts as a uniteness as well as the protection over the security of the civilians' life. So we can say that the military training it acts like civilian assets for our country, and even we can say for the development, for the sake of protection, we can say it is a very good step for the compulsory military training. Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends. So, seeing the geographical location of our country, we are surrounded by many anti-national elements. Like we have west, we have Pakistan in the west and China in the east. So, seeing the current scenario, we are as we have the largest population behind China. So, seeing that thing, it would be an opportunity that can be used. Like we can prepare the manpower that is always prepared to tackle any sort of anti-social element that is being happened at the international borders. And apart from that, there are also many internal threats that is being continuously happened in the country. So to tackle these basic things, compulsory military training should be imposed on each and every citizen of the country. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my dear friends. So to be a great nation, we should always use our whole resources, and right now we are not using our so much important resources, that is those officers who are for short service commission. After getting retirement, they can't get the chance to serve, so we can use them as a resources to teach our whole country about the self-defense, about basically the military training. So we can use them, and we can use, so while using them we can go in a good way. Even we use as a good resources, even while imposing it a compulsion. Those who are willing to get this type of training but their parents are not supporting, they can get this type of chances. Even many youth will influence to join army after this type of training. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Very good afternoon, friend. The topic is should military training should be compulsory in India or not. Gentlemen, we are the witness of lots of the asset in our nation, and if our nation will be military trained, so they are able to self-defense. When we take the example of women, they are more prone to many of the heinous crime happened with them. So if they will train, so it also help them to self-defense. So it also generate the sense of patriotism and also inculcate the quality of equality, which is quite indispensable for our nation. But still our country is not developing. Our economy is not much viable. So government need to think twice before introducing such kind of things. And yet, if someone will get military training, it might be happen. It start the case of insurgency, and the crime will be escalated with a great pace.
Good afternoon, friend. Our topic is whether military training should be compulsory for all or not. According to my mind, military training is not compulsory for everyone, as it is the biggest question to the democracy and the biggest question to the right to freedom of profession. It is not the right time for the India to implement regular military training for all. Thank you.
And good afternoon, friends. According to the topic, I think as we know that India is the second largest number of standing force and the largest number of reserve force. So there is no need of compulsory military training in India. And apart from that, after the 75 years of independence, India suffered from poor infrastructure. So first of all, we have to develop the infrastructure in India, and after that we may think about the compulsory military training in India.
My dear friends, as we know that India has the maximum population of youngsters, as earlier stated, and most of them are youngsters especially, and if we are actually desiring to make them employed, to give them employment in a practical sense, then giving them such life lessons from military training will play a major role in giving them employment in the future of the nation.
But it will also affect the economic structure of our country, because on that large scale, if we going to
We have already seen the rise in the prices. We are already witnessing the inflation, and the people are ready to accept this.
implement the military training.
As one of our friends stated, that it might affect the economy. I would like to add a point that even already the people of the country are facing inflation and even the rise of prices. And let me complete my point. And they are accepting this change because it is for the sake of the nation. And if this economy will affect because of the military training, we are definitely going to have some raise in the
supporting your point, my friend. Even the military is known by the discipline and even the moral values that they have. And if the military training is given to all, then the moral, that is the patriotism sentiment.
Very good, my dear friend. My dear friend, we can work on the mental and physical aspect of our country.
think we should speak one by one so that we can actually get
Dharma is the ideology in which the country works, and I think each and every citizen of the country should follow this, that service before self is important.
So we have a lot of money. Okay, as of the time talking about the positive point, but we all know that there are nothing which can be perfect.
My friend,
There are some drawbacks of it as
sitting at
well.
the-
As there are many citizens who are basically depend on the daily wages. So if you implement something, then what about those and their family? From there they get money.
I support
to
you,
feed
my
them.
friend, because as we have seen in Russia, when Russian forces have not able to attack, not able to
As we all
formally attack.
Because our
Ukraine,
condition is not like Russia. We are still developing country. Our economy is not that.
But we already have some forces. We have
Please have a very peaceful
We already have the world largest reserve forces. So what I think that we really don't need
Sitting at a guest room watching TV and commenting that how armed forces should work is very easy. But coming to their position and having those training and then having the perception towards the country will be different.
As the tribal ends up handling armed
My dear friend, but there are some persons who are not physically and mentally prepared. So what about those?
Not
If they implement those things, then for sure they will keep them
So gentlemen, what I think that before Karthik and Charan
So as per the chess number 5, I will stated that there is no need of that.
Okay, stop.
India doesn't have.
Okay, stop. Chess number 5, what I'd like to suggest you, do not change your position. Number 1. And group discussion is not a monologue where only you are expected to speak with one or two only. It is a group discussion and you are expected to speak to each and everyone. So that it is not the correct temperament of the group discussion. Clear? Yes. Do not change or shift your body position. Number 2, do not speak to one or two only. Rather you should focus on each and everyone or even pocket of the group. Chaliye.
Yes, I agree with you all. This during naval mutiny in 1857, why it had happened? Because people were thinking like if by crossing the sea routes, their culture will be changed. So that's why mutiny has happened. So
My friends, as we all know, India is not having good relation with its neighboring countries like China and Pakistan, and there can be chances of any war or emergency
Men does not play a very vital role. Even the technology play a very good
Very good notion, my dear friend. We invest those money in our
everyone.
So my friend,
Okay, stop. Chess number 39 to that place only. From chess number 39 to this place only.
What we have seen at the time of corona pandemic, other professions like doctor, nurses have come and give services to our nation, to our national public, and not people of military come to give the services to our nation. So every profession have profession have their own importance.
I completely stated a good point, but we cannot say that military wasn't serving us. The main serving happens on the border, and I think we should focus on that.
Service is compulsory or not on that point. My view is that
in my view,
making something compulsory or
because it is in Russia, the youngsters were fracturing their hands because they don't want to fight with Ukraine.
Yes, if
But
military
you
training
should
would
know
have
that
compulsory in
during
past,
Ukraine and
we
Russia
could
war,
not see
the
the situations
citizens of Ukraine were involved in the war, and if they were given perfect military training, then there would not be certain cases like Russian invaded
professions. You can't force anyone to choose the profession by your choice.
As every coin has two faces, good or bad. So military training can be made compulsory for those who are willing. But having a military training in your life will give you a perfect discipline, which is
Physically and mentally. If you want to serve the nation, if you want to serve the nation, then serve by
I totally agree with just number 41 with what she has said, that discipline is the pillar of each and every employee or any work. And I think we should focus on how we should be disciplined leadership, and all these are if possible if
Okay, it was a very nice discussion in that group. Let us move towards group number next. Yes, please start.
So my dear friends, as we already know that country has the maximum population of youngsters, and to train them in a fruitful direction and to train them to the positive side so that they can have the employment.
And we are not only talking about the youngsters, many crime. Even if they get properly trained, so they can self-defense. So we have
Even crimes will be decreased because they will be having a good mind.
In that very influence, in 1948 we have the constitution of NCC for that purpose, and if with the and after the 1962 war with Pakistan, it has been made voluntary basis that
I don't get the sense of equality. So at the military training is made compulsory to one and all.
Education play a major role for the development of any nation, and the literacy rate in India is about 70%. So first of all, we have to focus on the that side, and after that we will
So I want to share a good way out of it. Like instead of making it a compulsion, let's motivate more and more youngsters to join organizations like NCC or maybe some other organizations.
Any organization just like Nehru,
there are many
Central Nehru was there to have the education, have the nourishment of the ideas of the new implementation to the society. So in that criteria we can implement through the making of infrastructure after the implementation of this.
This is somehow increases the crime rate as they are more aware of.
I got into the German and meeting the also said that accounting a challenge of the
but there is no requirement of increasing armed forces. Instead of that, we should invest on
we can simply do that. We can challenge because in
Okay, it is over. So there are certain things on which I should like to focus more on that. What should be the temperament while speaking in the group discussion? It is but obvious that people are going to shout very much, and possibilities are more that it turn into a fish market. In that situation, what is the expectation of the assessors? Expectation is whether you are able to manage the pressure of that GD or not. So how could you show or display that you are able to manage the pressure? By just giving a very simple smile. You do not take it as a pressure part. You just speak your content but do not take it very seriously.